Cinemas, Nick Peterson.
Everybody hear me? Okay. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. This is the third time we've hosted. We're very privileged that the Chamber has chosen us again this year to do the annual awards ceremony. Is everybody comfortable? Maybe a little cramped compared to previous years? So if you raise your hands if you've been here over the last 6 to 8 months. Oh, a good many of you. So compared to the seats in here, you've experienced the wonderful, cushy, reclining seats that we've put in. We've done a lot since last year. Last year you saw some of the pre-work renovations that we did. We also have a bar that sells beer and wine now, if you didn't know. If any of you want to relax a little more, you know, you might fall asleep, so don't recline too far when you're watching a movie. Thank you again for coming out tonight, and without further ado, let me introduce Molly Gebler.
Welcome! Can you believe it's a year already? Who was here last year? Welcome back. Welcome back. Wow. I'm just going to take a breath for a minute. That was quite an introduction there, Nick. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So, let's just say that, can everybody hear me? Okay. Are we comfortable? I know Nick asked that, but I want to ask it too. Good? Okay. And Nick, you talked about the recliners. You talked about the beer and wine. Okay. Right behind you is a gentleman named Diego.
Okay.
He's from Flow Vodka, which is the official vodka company of the Chagrin Valley Chamber. Yes. So let's make sure we make a connection. Because let's be honest, if I could sit and drink Flow Vodka and eat popcorn and see Ryan Gosling on a big screen. Right? Right? Okay. Okay. Well, you guys really clean up well. Thank you for dressing up and looking your best, Mr. President. You are on point tonight. Thank you. And I want to just take a minute and give everyone in here a round of applause for being small, local businesses. Yes. And I do have to say, probably the most incredible small local businesses are the ones here in our area. We are very, very blessed. Oh, John finds that funny. Not now, John. You're supposed to laugh when I tell you to. Jeez. So evenings like this don't come together by magic. I wish they would. So it takes a lot of help from a lot of individuals. So if you would give me just a moment to be able to thank a few people, I would appreciate that. My partner in crime, Jessica, where are you? Yes. Oh, there she is in the back row, because that's how we roll. Thank you, thank you. And before I go any further, Heather, can you come up here for a minute, please? So Heather walked in today with these shoes, and I said, oh, I'll be wearing those on stage, and I'm just noticing, so she said I could wear them, so here we go, here we go. Do you want mine or yours? Hold me.
What are you going to show us?
We can't see them. Big your feet up! Everyone see them! Thank you, Heather. That's what sponsors do. They just let us use their shoes and everything. So thank you. So thanks, Jess. Thanks, Lori and Allison Dean, Junction Auto family. I'm going to thank U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Caleb and Staff Sergeant Michael, who took the time yesterday to hang all those chandeliers, build this stage. So thank you. We'll see them in a minute. And let's be honest, if you want to get something done, you call the military. Am I right?
Right.
Hallie and Ryan Reed, Vince and Dominic Doublejack. Vince created that video that you guys just enjoyed. So Vince is a freshman?
Freshman is good.
A freshman, so thank you. It was great work. We appreciate that. Yeah, sure. Burwood Tavern, everybody gets enough food out there. Thank you, thank you. If you guys all turn around and wave up at the booth, that is Joe. There he is. Joe's gonna rock it tonight. And in the back also is Alex from D Productions. He's running all the lights so that you're gonna be able to see my sweat. Yes, which is happening right now. Bill the bartender, which is out there. Thank you, Bill. And again, thank you to our official vodka company of the Chagrin Valley Chamber of Commerce, which I have deemed that myself, Flow Vodka. So you guys all have a little of a Flow Vodka. So coming soon to the cinema. But you can also get Flow Vodka at Thorn Creek. I'm only naming chamber members. So Thorn Creek, M Italian, Sapphire, I think is Sapphire Creek, yes. So you can get it around here, and we are happy to have them. I pride myself in calling the Chagrin Valley Chamber not your grandpa's chamber, so having your own vodka company certainly helps with that little quote there. And then of course the Glass Asylum, you guys will be seeing some amazing handmade awards tonight from the Glass Asylum, so thank you so much. And then Chagrin Cinemas, they literally let us come in here and take over this entire theater, not just this theater, because if you know Jess and I, we don't, you know, we're all over. So thank you to you guys. You guys are, thank you, yes. Over and beyond. I appreciate your kindness. Your staff is amazing. So speaking of that, Nikki, turn around. That's Diego. Let's make that connection, okay? Excellent. So I also would like to welcome Katie Berger from Congressman Dave Joyce's office. Yes, Katie, raise your hand. I know you're there. There you are. So the president is in Akron, and Katie is here at the Chagrin Cinemas with us, and I love that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see where we are. Katie, yes, thank you, thank you. If you are a winner tonight, please stay after, and Katie will be presenting you with a proclamation, and we'll get pictures on the stage, so please make sure that you stay after. And I will tell you, I love everything about my job. I have an incredible board of directors. If you are on the Chagrin Valley Chamber Board of Directors, please stand and be recognized right now. There we go. So the only part I do not like about my job is tonight, and that's because I can't give awards to everybody. But if my budget would have allowed, I would have created, and if Chris from Glass Asylum would have allowed me, we would have made an award for everybody. So, but there has to be, it is 2019, and there has to be a winner and there are losers, and that's just how it goes. So I hope we all, love the chamber afterwards. So when I think about my sponsors tonight, they're the ones, they make it happen, they allow me to do what I need to do. And all I can think about is the word happy. So I'm going to let you draw your attention. Joe's going to kill the lights, and you're going to draw your attention to the screen, and you're going to see how happy our 10 sponsors for tonight are.
It might seem crazy. Sunshine, she's here. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't run. Bring me down, love is too high. Bring me down, can't run. Bring me down, I said. Bring me down, can't run. Bring me down, love is too high. Bring me down, can't run. Come along if you feel like a room without a roof. Come along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Come along if you know what happiness is to you. Come along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come along if you feel like a room without a roof. Come along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Come along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't go. Bring me down, love is too high. Bring me down, can't go. Bring me down, I said. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. Clap along if you feel that's what you want to do.
Stand up, sponsors. I bet you're all gonna call me tomorrow to be a sponsor next year, aren't you? We have fun. That was fun, sponsors, right? You guys look like you're happy, so thank you for sponsoring. All right, we're ready to get this party. I mean, I know we got it started about an hour and a half ago, but are we ready to truly get it started and give some awards tonight? Let's do that. All right, so to protect the winner's identity, we thought that we would call on the best of the best to protect the final results. Folks, it doesn't get any better in protecting than the United States Army. And with us today, please stand and show your support for Staff Sergeant Michael Carroll and Staff Sergeant Caleb Wolfel from the United States Army. So do you have the case? And folks, this is what happens when you don't read Amazon properly. This was the metal case that I purchased. $17.98. So, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so, oh, I told you the funny story about the briefcase, right? Okay. All right, so as they say in the Oscars, it's just an honor to be nominated. So I hope that everyone knows that, and we are happy to have you owning a small business here in the Chagrin Valley area. Without further ado, please help me welcome the President of the United States. Oh, wait, no. He's in Akron. He's in Akron. Please help me welcome the President of the Chagrin Valley Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Michael Butler.
Thank you, Molly. First thing I need to do is apologize because some of us presenting tonight don't quite look as good as we should. There happened to be some confusion and a backup in the makeup room today. And apparently the makeup artist was working overtime on Bob Rohr. I always wondered why he looked so good. But before I make the presentation, I just wanted to say that in our 13 communities, we actually have an embarrassment of riches. We go from anywhere from all natural popsicles to all natural mattresses, sold all over the country. We go from a landmark popcorn shop to some of the best restaurants in the state of Ohio. We go from the hippest women's dress shops to one of the most respected and sophisticated men's clothing stores in all the country. We go from, what else? We go from 100-year-old hardware to one of the state-of-the-art new malls built in the country. We have two people that spearheaded a law through the state assembly to recognize the first responders on May 20th. And I found out 2 weeks ago, Jessica, that one of our new members is a West Point graduate. So we have amazing people in our community, and especially in this chamber. And I just wanted to say, they're damn good people. Reach out to them, embrace them, and they will embrace you back. So now, the award that I'm going to present now is really not very suspenseful because we kind of all know who it is. It's the past president. But the award isn't suspenseful, but the man himself is very suspenseful. When he's not whitewatering in some rapids somewhere, and he's not fishing somewhere out in the who knows where, and he's not in Africa on a safari, coming up with great marketing ideas and just wonderful things that we've never thought of at Lowe's. And also, he wrote a book. So, I mean, how do you top that? But he was able, during that time, in 2018, to bring that same initiative and that drive and that just wonderful self of him, bringing it to our chamber. And I think we had one of the most wonderful years we've ever had. And I think I've been on 4 or 5 years, I can't remember, but he has a ability to see through a problem and initiate a quick attack on that problem. No matter what it is, he can see through those things. And I think that everyone that knows him, everyone that has seen Jeff, or ever had any kind of contact with him, knows he's an unbelievable gentleman as well. So without further ado, I'd like to present the Past President's Award to Bill Griff.
It's a Bill joke. It's an inside joke. Problems. What problems? I don't remember any problems. It's smooth as silk. This job was a piece of cake. It was my honor and my privilege to serve as president. And that year went so very, very fast. And it was so very fun. Thank you. Thank you all for your support. We're 580 members strong. 500. Round of applause, 580 members. And we all know that there's a lot of work involved in putting all the things that are put together, and that Molly and Jessica do a lion's share of that work. But there's a lot of other things that are done by a lot of other people, both members, board members, and members at large. And this, Molly, is the most difficult job that you've given me as a president, is to choose a person to give an extra pat on the back amongst all the people that I've come in contact with during my time with the chamber. It's really a tough job, but like you said, there's winners, there's no losers. I got to tell you, there's really no losers. But we have to pick somebody, so there's not a trophy for everybody. So as I started to think about this, there was a person that kind of stood out from the crowd. In this individual's efforts, they demonstrated a unique ability to support others, especially those who may find themselves in precarious positions. This person has worked diligently to bring balance to the lives of others and to our chamber. This person has always remained flexible and is willing to go to the mat and sweat out the details. You with me? And to sweat out the details while working to help others build strength of mind, body, and spirit. She is the only board member who bends over backwards. And I think it's because she's the only one that can bend over backwards. Please join me in recognizing this year's Presidential Merit Award winner from Chagrin Yoga, Robin Keith.
Everybody, I am so honored and surprised to receive this award, and it's been so much fun being in the chamber. I've been on the board since Molly started 5 years ago, right? We were newbies together, and it's been an amazing journey. I've met so many wonderful people through it, and now I walk through Chagrin and everything, and I always see another chamber member. And I know you all now from, well, not all of you, but from a Meet Me at Fives and the meetings, and it's been a ton of fun, and I'm honored to serve the chamber. Thank you.
Molly, do you want to wear my shoes for a little bit?
I'll change after every award. I love that idea. Thank you. So I'm going to introduce last year's Chamber Member of the Year to award this year's Chamber Member of the Year. So if you would help me, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Alex Gersberg won last year's Chamber Member of the Year, and he and I do a podcast together. It is called The Best Podcast Ever. And we would like to invite all of you to be on our podcast. So let us know and call me, and we'll get you on the podcast. But without further ado, Alex, please come up and help me award the Chamber Member of the Year award. Thank you.
Can we have another round of applause for Molly Gebel, ladies and gentlemen? We only aspire to have this much energy and creativity. Honestly, we're all beneficiaries of your amazingness and awesomeness.
You're
Thank you, Molly.
sweet.
And Jessica, too. Where are you at, Jessica?
She's in the last row.
Jessica. Nice job.
So folks, and Alex, if you would be my Vanna and step behind me.
Oh, sure.
No, and grab the trophy.
Oh.
But don't say anything yet. It's the Chamber Member of the Year award. Excellent. This gentleman is the best. Basically, because he spends most of our time making sure that our chamber members are not thirsty. He is at every event about an hour or two beforehand. And when you guys all go home, when you're all wined and beered up, he is with us for another hour and a half after cleaning up. He is an over and beyond type of person. I don't have to, he knows exactly what I need all the time. And he is always there. I can't say servicing my chamber members, because that probably is super inappropriate. But it only took me 2 hours to go there. He is just a man of service. A man of service to all our members. So please help me. Oh, no, you're doing the honors. So here we go. I just want to say a little thing about him beforehand. So Alex Gertzberg, there you go.
This is going to be so suspenseful. The winner of this year's Chamber Member of the Year award is La La Land. I'm sorry. It's Bill the bartender.
Wow, I held an Oscar last year, and I'm holding another one this year. And it's all because of you people. I enjoy coming back. I know you, I just enjoy coming back and serving. I've been tending bar, I've been behind the stick for God knows 40 plus years. And this is probably one of the best groups I've ever tended bar for.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, Bill, do you want your paper? It's super, they keep it in the Oscars, I don't know, but it looks really important. Okay, you can frame it, And I want you to know that we knew he would be out cleaning, so there was a cue, somebody knew to head out and grab him and say that I needed him in here, because I knew he would be out cleaning after everybody, so. Okay, let's keep the awards going, because James Mattio's got a lot to share with us, right, James? He has no idea what's in store, and I love that. So please help me welcome to the stage last year's nonprofit of the year, the Chagrin Valley Little Theater, President Julia Wolf. Where's her cue, Joe?
Because it's time for my shameless plug. We open Friday. If you haven't got your tickets, please do. We even had to add a Sunday matinee because we're selling out so well. So please come see Mamma Mia. First of all, thank you, Molly, for allowing us, Chagrin Valley Little Theater, to be the nonprofit of the year last year. Not only was it a great honor, but the support from the chamber was just outstanding. Their willingness to contribute to our bi-yearly gala was outstanding, and it didn't stop there. All year long, we benefited from their support, from the Grease event that you saw in the video at the beginning, to our drive-by gift card exchange, which help us with our dressing room remodel. So thank you for that. And this year I get to announce the nominees for the nonprofit of Chagrin Valley Chamber of, no, I killed it. I am not an actor. The nominees for the Chagrin Valley Chamber Nonprofit of the Year are the Bainbridge Area Food for Friends, the Chagrin Falls Park Community Center, and the Fieldstone Farm Therapeutic Writing Center. Could you please stand to be recognized by all of us again? Because no matter what, whoever wins, you still are wonderful nonprofits. Thank you. And the winner goes to, and it says I have to open up a, Chagrin Falls Park Community Center.
Okay, so thank you very much to the Chamber of Commerce and to all the local businesses who support Chagrin Falls Park Community Center throughout the year. My name is Courtney McIver. I'm not an employee there. I just volunteer my time there and fundraise for such an amazing nonprofit who benefits such low to moderate income families in her own backyard. And I am honored to be able to accept this award on their behalf. And I'm trying not to get emotional, but these kids go to school with my kids, and they're amazing individuals that this organization helps. And so I really, truly appreciate it. And on behalf of Andrea Pollack, who is the best director we've had since Deanna Tenney, who, God bless her soul, is in heaven, I thank you. She couldn't be here tonight, so thank you very much.
Okay, the last one. My big briefcase down there. I want to get it in the way of things here. Okay, so last year's business of the year went to Burntwood Tavern, and with us today is manager, Bill, I'm totally gonna screw your name up, so let's try. Manager Bill Detwiller. Yeah? All right, come on down.
That's quite nice. Well, I've got a funny story to tell you about. Really, I had two experiences last year while I was at the store by myself late at night. The first one, you'll remember the night that the Browns beat the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we had a big crowd that night, and if you remember, right before halftime, the Browns were losing by 14. Everybody cleared out. Baker came in, and he rallied the team. And then I don't remember who got the interception, but the last play of the game, it was an interception. And I was running around the restaurant with my arms out, saying, "We won, we won, we won," and I was completely by myself. So that was in late September, and I apologize, I've had a cold, so I have a lozenge. But last year at this time, I was the only manager working on the night of the awards last year. And most of you who have been to Burntwood know I love Burntwood. I've given my 5 years of a lot of time and effort to that, and I know most and many of you. Well, that night I was not here, and I was back running the restaurant while the rest of the management staff and some of the employees were here. And later in the evening, everybody has left, and I got a phone call that we had won. So I did another lap around the restaurant. We won. So very similar feelings about that. So Molly wanted me to just say a few words about the impact of the award on our restaurant. And that was the personal impact to me. But there are also other levels. Our management. Brett and Michelle are just amazing owners to work for. Brett has superpowers. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. But he can walk into a restaurant and he can tell if there is a light out in the VIP room, which he can't even see, okay? And he just an amazing guy to work with. And he's there usually every morning at 11 o'clock to get his chili or some other favorite item. And also the impact, seeing Joe, Marco Stanton, many of you know him by Joe, most of us know him by Marco, but he had tears coming out of his eyes, even the next day talking about what the award meant to him. I'm sorry I missed his speech last year. I haven't even seen it on video, but I understand if any of you were here, That was all from the heart from him, so. Yeah, he's an amazing guy. And I've worked with him for 5 years. We like to call ourselves Batman and Robin, and I guess I'm the Robin, he's the Batman. But anyway, but also our employees, very impactful for the employees. We're Burntwood 001, we're the flagship, and there's a lot of pride in being the flagship of a restaurant group. And those employees really enjoyed, we're very proud, talked to our guests about that, and it was nice to see that happen. And then finally with our guests, we have an enormous number of regular guests. If you've seen our bar, we have VIP plaques on every single chair, okay? We even had, the few days after that, many of the guests wanted their pictures taken with Oscar. We're holding Oscar. And I had one regular he was talking to himself, but he said, we did it. We did it. And so our guests are amazing. And so that's, I guess, a little glimpse of the impact that award had on us this past year. So, all right, let's get on to this year's nominees. Honeybee, Missoula's Market, Nature Organic Mattresses, and the Neighborhood Office. Please stand and be recognized. The winner is Missoula's Market.
Awesome customers over the last 24 years that we've been in business, and the last 20 years prior to that in Chagrin Falls. A big shout out to my husband Brad and my mom and dad who are sitting back there. For being here, and mostly to
Good job,
the
honey.
community.
It's okay, man. It's okay. There's more beer.
You know, we've come a long way, and we couldn't have done this without the foundation that you guys have given us to be successful. And I appreciate this award more than anything. And I want to give a shout out to Molly, because I don't know, we belonged to other chambers in the past, and she is amazing. Her and Jessica just, the stuff they do to make us successful is just bar none, for sure. Thank you, thank you. But it's hard to believe 25 years ago we were sitting around my dining room table with pencil and paper and just scratching out our dreams of taking our, what was called the butcher shop, or butcher block, to Missoula's Market and growing it in every avenue that you can imagine. And it just is very special, and I'm just so happy, and I don't even know what else to say. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Thank you for supporting us, and we're here for the duration.
Thank you, everyone. Really quick, we'd be remiss not to thank, I mean, we are so blessed, so fortunate, but our employees and all of us small business owners know our culture, what we do with our folks is, it's our lifeblood. So we are so grateful to our employees. So thank you, customers, employees.
I don't know if all of you realize, but 3 of us that were nominated for this, Kimberly, Carrie, and myself, but the three girls, we all went to Kenston. And we all came back and started our own businesses in the community, which I think is awesome, and it speaks volume and everything.
So yeah, all 4 nominees were from Bainbridge Township. So way to go, Bainbridge. Excellent. Winners again, please stay after and get pictures. Sponsors, you have a thank you in front of here on the stage. Please make sure that you grab those. And then let us talk to, let me find my place because it's all cued. So I don't want to upset Joe up there in the booth. All right, congratulations to the winners. And I invite everyone to sit back and enjoy our interview with James Matteo. So James, where'd he go? Is he gonna do it on me? Did he go to the bathroom? He did. Yeah. Seriously. So, does everyone know I'm a grandma of twins? And if I didn't have everything cute, I'd be showing the babies up on the screen. Hi, James. Thanks for joining us. Oh, he's getting mic'd. Okay. All right, so you know what, Joe? Let's turn down the house lights. Let's play James' intro, and then we'll sit on these amazing chairs courtesy of Flow Vodka.
Just think, if you had any class or style like me, someone might mistake you for somebody. You mean like your fucking sergeant?
Don't fuck with me, motherfucker! What you doing, Mickey?
Oh. You want a pop in the nose? Because I can give you a pop in the nose. Oh. You think I'm afraid of you, huh? I'm not afraid of you.
So when's Nick gonna jump into Berlin and see some real action?
You want to go home with a Congressional Medal of Honor or something?
Oh, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, why don't you do us all a favor? Don't think. Exactly what you asked for.
I need Rebecca's children.
Do it twice, you have to pay me twice. You talk to my friend like that, and I'll fucking kill you. Take it easy, Sam. Play!
I fucking know it's Sasha. Just tell me where Sasha hit me.
I don't know where the fuck Sasha is, man! I don't fucking know!
That's why you gotta keep a low profile, right? A low profile. Just offer up your hands. Come on, what are you doing? I just need to be sure.
All of you are consumed with the desire to extend the glory of the people. All of you desire to dictate peace, one which will indemnify the country for the immense sacrifices it has made, and all of you wish to say with pride, I was victorious. I promise you this conquest, but there is one condition you must swear to fulfill. Break your chains. Approach it with confidence. Your property, your religion will be respected. I am waging a war as a generous enemy, and I only wish to crush the tyrants who enslave me!
Wow.
I'm not vain or anything. One more time, Joe.
All those words during lunch.
Yeah, a couple of F-bombs. That's not my fault.
You're just doing your job.
Just doing my job.
Doing your job.
But a lot of F-bombs.
I know.
I didn't really my reel had so many F-bombs. That's probably why I should fix that.
That's all right. Did anyone mind? Is that the way you're that is probably something that people don't know about me, that I have the biggest trucker mouth. Jessica knows, my husband knows, biggest trucker mouth ever. So I appreciate it. Thank you all, thank you. So this is a long time coming, because we've talked about doing this and sitting on stage in front of a whole bunch of people for a while now. I think I reached out to you. I was on stage as a pirate in Peter Pan, and I reached out to you and asked you for all your tips on
What'd I tell you?
pirating.
You have anything
I think
good?
you did a for me, or like that. Yeah.
So nothing worked?
You have been very busy. We talked about my grandbabies. You have been busy because a month before my babies came, this beautiful creature came.
My baby on the screen right now.
Rose, look at that.
You guys gonna start from that one? No, I like the Game of Thrones thing going on. I feel good. Yeah, I want to be on that show. One day they're gonna want a Bronx kid on that show. A Bronx kid is gonna fit that show. That's what it needs.
I love it.
New storyline.
I think so.
Well, yeah.
Or you could just go to downtown Slovakia and
That's
sit in
my
them.
baby girl, about 60 seconds old.
Gorgeous. Evelyn Rose, she joined a family of 2 little sons and your lovely wife.
What are you doing here?
I know, no, we're still on the baby, because that's just, I'm like in.
She found her thumb pretty early, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a self-soother, I guess that's a good thing.
We have a picture,
Some of
you
your
find in
parents
your
know.
nose a little bit later, so wait for that.
Oh, boy.
And family of 7, yes?
Family of 7, I got 5 sisters and 1 brother. I got 19 nephews and nieces, and
From the Bronx.
the Bronx, yes.
From the Bronx. Here you are. Yeah, I did a lot of digging. Leaving high school, Bronx, New York.
Oh, boy.
What grade are you in? This is a freshman?
Probably a freshman, yes.
Here's the deal, people. You don't want it out there, don't put it on the internet. We'll get it. So what was it like growing up in the Bronx? I mean, I'm from Chagrin Falls, so I don't go past Mayfield Road. Am I right? What is it like? What is it like? Is it like we see in the movies?
Well, it all depends. How many of you in this room have been to the Bronx? How many of you have been to a Yankee game?
Don't try!
It's funny because Yankee fans like the Cleveland Indians. That's funny that you guys don't like us.
I don't think that's true.
That is true. We like every team that doesn't win but us. We really do. No, but look, I grew up there, so for me, it's not as sort of foreign or strange for anybody else. And I guess you're dealing with. Look, I was small for my age, and I had 5 sisters, and I was in the entertainment industry. So a lot of people had some choice words. So there was a lot of fighting, I guess.
You're definitely Irish.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But good food. I grew up in a small Italian community called Country Club in Marsh Park.
Fancy.
Yeah, very fancy. But we lived in sort of that area of the Bronx that was right by City Island. So a lot of my friends had boats. We'd go fishing. You didn't like the Wanderers and street gangs where I was from. I mean, it turned into it at times. Depending on where
With a mouth like that. I'm
Right,
sure
yeah.
it did.
I mean, you didn't get, if you didn't have a mouth like that, you didn't get far.
Yeah, I got it.
But it was good. I mean, I enjoyed good food, and it's where I'm from. I was just there yesterday. Actually, I flew in this morning, actually, in the Bronx. I was there yesterday filming. So, and I realized on the flight back, I was saying to myself, and coming into Ohio, I was just saying to myself, how I can live this double life is fantastic. Because I go to the Bronx, I go to New York, and I remember where I'm from and who I am and why I am who I am. And then I get to come to Ohio, it's humble pie, it's where my wife is from. My kids go to great schools. A yellow school bus picks my kid up in the morning And I literally rush to watch him go to that bus. I'm like,
What color were your buses in the run?
What bus?
Oh, were you lost?
Yes, you walked. Of course you walked. You get to school. No, they were not yellow. They were just a city bus, and you got thrown off them or, you know, hackled off them or something. But it's just, and then even when he gets off the bus every day, I just love to just watch him get off and run up that driveway and come to me, and I'm just like, you made it, Jim.
You know what?
You made it. You landed in Hudson, Ohio. You made it.
I love that that's what you see as making it. 'Cause I think we all just go crazy over our everyday lives, and truly that is making it.
Yeah. And that's very true, and I appreciate that.
As an actor, as a young actor, who were the actors that you saw and said, oh, I gotta be like him, I wanna be like him?
Oof, that's a tough question. When I was younger, obviously I was spending a lot of time with Dustin Hoffman. I did back-to-back studio films with him, and I played his son, so he was very influential. He had a lot of great advice for me.
Joe, you're going ahead.
There he is. Dustin early on definitely was very influential. Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams, he was a lot of fun. I think for us as Lost Boys on the set of Hook, he showed that this industry can be fun, and you could have a good time. And he was like that crazy uncle that everybody loved.
And you were
13.
Yeah.
And there was one thing that Robin did that always stood out, and I tell the story all the time, was we were all on set. And there's a lot of equipment, there's Never Never Land, and there's a lot of stunts and just lights and cranes moving around. And Robin was rehearsing a scene. And these cranes are heavy. And it came down on him and cracked him in the head, and it split his head, and he just started gushing blood. And they ran him off a set, and they sent us back to school, because we had to do school. There was tutors on set, we had to make sure we got hours of school. And then they said, you're probably going to be wrapped after school, which is going to go home. And they came back in the trailers, and they said, no, you guys do your school, you're not wrapped, we're going to go back to work after this. And I'm looking at the call sheet, I'm like, how are we going back to work? We don't have Peter Pan. Oh, where are we going? And he came back to set.
Wow.
With stitches in his head, and they just put like the hair over these like 13 or 14 stitches. And he came back to work and started to have fun again and was enjoying himself. Look, I'm not saying that that's what we need to do as an actor to stay relevant. But I just think between working with him and Dustin and Stephen early on in my career, I think it set a precedent of how a proper film set runs and how it should be ran and how everybody respects each other, and you have to have fun at what you're doing. So I was very, very lucky to be able to work with them early on.
Because recently you mentioned that Dustin had given you some really good advice.
Yeah. He always, he used to say it all the time, don't spend too much time on your trailer, you're not gonna learn a damn thing. And he was right. He was right. You have to stay around the set, understand everybody's position, what their jobs are, how they treat everybody. And then you can do this for a living and not a hobby,
So at 13 years old, were you just like, well, I know what you were, I was gonna say, holy crap, but I know what you would have said. With your mouth.
Well, no, say it. No, everybody's saying.
I will not say it, my president is sitting right over there.
I've heard it.
On
Friday.
Molly, you need your own show.
Oh.
Yeah, you need your own
I
show.
have one, it's called Countertop Time. I'll plug, if you guys wanna check it out, it's called a pieceofmollysmind.com. Check it out. So there you go. Will you be a guest on my Countertop Time?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you. But I mean, just the fact that you could sit here and say the three names, and we all knew exactly who you were talking about at 13 years old, to be working with Steven Spielberg and Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams. I mean, did you go back and play baseball in the yard? I mean, like.
Yeah. I didn't really know.
Did you have a normal childhood too? Okay.
I didn't know any better. I remember getting the job on Hook, and my father said, you're going to be working with Robin Williams. My first audition, I knew what I was doing. They were looking for Lost Boys, and obviously, I was lost. They're like, shoot, come on, kid. We're bringing you to California. That's when tails are in style, and the lines in your head, and the earring.
So did your dad get you into acting?
Yeah, my dad did.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad's friend was dating a manager, a kid's manager in New York City, and I guess he must have told him, and my son's getting into a lot of trouble, or street fights, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with him, and that was it. I auditioned for Unc.
And did you get the bug then?
I did, but then you lose it a little bit because, just the way you're growing up, and I went back to the Bronx. It's not like I went to LA and I got big agents and managers, and I chased a career. I went back to the Bronx and I fought that fight. But you reinvent yourself in this career. And that's what I tried to do, or I think I did. And then at about 2021, right after Basketball Diaries is when I started to take it seriously, because you were around Leonardo DiCaprio, and Mark Wahlberg was just starting out. That was his first film at all, his first film ever. And I think that's when it got serious, and I said, I think I can do this for a living, and I think I'm pretty good at it. And that's when you start to chase it and chase your dream. And then when I moved to LA.
When was the first time that somebody saw you and said, oh, aren't you the guy from Doogie Howser? Do you get that all the time?
Listen.
I want to be honest. Be honest. You have to.
Oh, Molly.
You have to get that.
God.
You have to get
Can someone get me a glass of wine? I want to get
bartender.
Bill! No, oh, Bill was great. Oh, Bill. Congrats on the award, Bill. It's fantastic to see you. You're so nice. So, yes, I do get Vinny Delapino.
Yes, Vinny, that's right.
And I bumped into Max one time. I didn't episode of Doogie Howser. I didn't play any relative to him. I just played like a patient with a bad, fake cry. And I was like 13 when I did the episode. But I was coming out of a hotel one time in California. And sometimes in hotels in California, like paparazzis and fans wait downstairs at the lobby thinking that there's actors in the building, or they find out who's in the building. Is this okay with you, Mike? Am I whacking this?
You're good. Can you move it up a little bit, actually?
Oh, up?
Yeah, you're okay.
I should know this. This is what I do for a living. So I come out of the Renaissance Hotel in Hollywood, and this group of people come up to me, and they're like, oh, man, I can't believe you're here. I'm such a big fan, and I've been watching since I'm a kid. And I'm like, I'm smiling and grinning. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm doing the whole like Hollywood thing with them. Thank you for, it's great. I'm so blessed to be working.
You want me to sign that?
Yeah, you want me to sign something? They give me a picture of Max Casella from Doogie Howser. And I look at this.
I know.
What are they going to do?
I know. You know what? Take it.
No, I signed Max Casella. I signed Max Casella. I said, yeah, thank you. And I let them think they got a Max Casella headshot signed.
I mean, you don't have to sign anything, so just take it. Just sign
Now
away.
it's different. If you put us side by side, I have the, this stash going, and he's a lot older now, and we don't look like each other. We age differently.
So speaking of Basketball Diaries, what was it like working with Leonardo and Marky Mark? Did you know that, were they big? Because did he do Grapes? Did Leonardo do
What's he in Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
The grapes.
I didn't know him.
Hey, did Leo do the grapes?
Research.
No.
Had he done
What's
it,
he
or
in
were
Gilbert
they
Grape?
all new?
Okay, so what happened was, I just bumped into the wardrobe person.
I love it.
Yeah, I have much better arms than him, by the way.
Yeah, it's on that picture.
What the hell's so funny? I really got better arms than him. So tell you the truth. Which one?
Better arms.
Thank you, Molly. So what happened with that job was, while it was a small independent film, no one had picked that film up, I believe, and it was, very indie. And then as we were filming, DiCaprio was nominated for the Great. As we were filming, we walked on set. I did that too. We all had bigger trailers. The crash service.
Seriously?
Yeah, New Line Cinema picked it up, and then he got nominated.
Wow.
So things changed, production changed, a lot of producers on set, and a lot of, brass, and a lot of coming around. And it changed for Leo as well, because we had a lot of night shoots, so our night shoots, if you shoot nights, you shoot from 6 to 6. It's a dark film. So your lunch is at 1 to 2. That's what the scheduled lunch would be for the union. So your lunch is 1 to 2 in the morning. Just flip-flopping hours, same as it would be in the day. So our lunch would be from 1 to 2, and we would just like, walk into like the local bar. And,
Were you old enough for that then?
I wasn't, they were.
Okay.
Yeah. We would hang out and have a drink and go back to work. It was beautiful. It's independent from New York City. And then I went to Sundance, which was, one of the earliest films.
And did you know that Marky Mark kind of came later, I think, his career, but did you know Leonardo was headed that way?
I did with Leo because of his preparation.
What was he like to work with?
He was great. He was incredible. His preparation, his character development, and going into the whole world of acting is how he was on set, how he treated everybody on set, and how he was always prepared.
Is this yours down here, Bill?
And his process.
Yes.
He had
No problem.
such a
I'll put it
great
right around the
process.
corner here.
The process, I mean, like he's playing like a junkie in this, so how he would get there, his moment before and all that was always.
Oh, look at Bill.
So I learned from him the dedication. And there's something on set, when you're number one on set, which he was, he's number one on set, shows up, and they're ready to work, and they're in character, and they're prepared, it's sort of
That's
like
a nice
any
little
job,
trophy.
it sets the tone, and it goes to any good job. And I think that's what he did with that.
Well, he has some sweet words to say about you. Let's get him up on screen.
Yeah, right.
Can we call him? Just kidding, just kidding, Joe.
Email.
Okay, so, and then, and I have to say, your hoodlum, you guys look like hoodlums in the slide back, Joe, like, hoodlums, that, I watched that movie, that's where you picked up the F word, man. That was a tough film.
It was a tough film.
And
yeah.
how old were you here?
In Band of Brothers or Best Basketball Diaries?
Yeah.
I was 19 in Basketball Diaries. I was a young one.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
So, Band of Brothers, brilliant. Oh, yes, would you say that was my big break?
Absolutely. Well, the break, the big break was obviously when you break into the industry. I would say Hook was my big break. I would say Band of Brothers was, the second sort of coming to second half of my career, what I was trying to do, or where I wanted to be. But I was talking to someone I met here today who gave me your little box.
A big briefcase.
It's a big
duty.
Briefcase, and it's a job that keeps on giving. It really does. I get to travel the world and meet a bunch of people, and the bottom line is, it's going to sound like a broken record for you guys, is when you're walking through any place, when you're walking through an airport, or you're going to these bases in DMZ, wherever you're going, when you're traveling with the USO, when you get the men and women come up to you and kind of say, hey, I would say that surgery was great, and it helped me get through a certain time in my life when I was stuck in a tent in Afghanistan, or wherever they might have been. I just want to thank you. It really was a great series. It helped me. Wow. And you kind of, you truly feel, like I said earlier, like an imposter. Like, how do we thank you?
Are you military?
No, I'm not
No.
military, but
Okay.
it's like, I'm a street kid. I just played one on TV. But it's a very humbling, I'm very privileged. I've been involved in that project. I still do a lot of work today with the World War II Foundation and World War II Museum. I travel, all over the world, on speaking engagements, and I've been to the DMZ, and I spoke in front of, cadets and soldiers, and it's a job that keeps on giving, and it means a lot to me. The project means a lot.
Awesome. And how do you prepare, like, what is your method to prepare for, this is intense, and to be somewhere, to be portraying, and I know it's acting, but to portray something that you have no idea about.
Yeah, right.
How do you prepare for that?
That was a different project typically than you would normally prepare for. Band was strategically designed everything was different from a normal production. And I mean.
So Tom Hanks
Produced it. Spielberg as well. What I mean different is you showed up and look, there's men and women in the room today. I'm talking out of text about our boot camp, we did training. Put earmuffs on, guys. It's what we did as actors. I'm not trying to say what we did as anything. I'm not trying to. But they put us through a 2-week, 3-week boot camp and then a jump school. And they shaved our heads, and not shaved our heads, they didn't have shaved it, but they cut our hair, they gave us green duffel bags, they took away everything, and gave us toiletries, and said, you can't talk to your family for quite some time, and you're going through this at boot camp. And you gotta call everybody by the names. I didn't know the actors' names until 2-3 years later. And I mean that.
Because you had to call them the name they were gonna be in the
I
film.
didn't know who they were. Look, if any one of you guys wanna have a really fun time, if you're Band of Brothers fans, go watch the behind the scenes, the Boot Camp Diaries. I didn't know any one of their names. When I found the names out 2-3 years later, I'm like, your name is Bart, dude? Bart? Bart? You know, so, and the boot camp was as real as they can make it for us, and everybody committed. And Tom and Stephen came down in the middle of our boot camp and gave an incredible speech about, you know, this is bigger than who you are. These are for these elite men that do something very, very special. So you gotta throw your ego out the door, because you're gonna need the man to the left of you, you're gonna need the man to the right of you, and these men, in order to get through this, you're gonna need them. So, you know, I was blessed that Frank was alive.
I was gonna say, you were off of a character, I mean, a real life person. And you got to, did you get to pick his brain? Did you get to follow him around at all? Did you?
Yeah, I did, and that's another touchy subject, because these are men that didn't talk about it. They went
And for
home.
those who maybe don't know Band of Brothers, could you just give a quick synopsis?
Look, I'm not gonna talk about the men themselves, because a lot of men from World War II did what they needed to do. And they specifically focused, Stephen and Tom, on a group of men based off a book. What everybody did. There's heroes in every company and every battalion that did what they do. The Band of Brothers guys are fortunate to get their book made, and they will say that. They will say they're also the best, but they still honor every man and that has fallen on foreign soil, in the soil. But so when I got the role, I got a booklet. It was a thick binder of Frank, and it was sort of where he was from, and his before he joined, and afterwards, post-war, and his family, just everything about him, his height, weight, and his number was on the bottom, and also his address. So instead of calling him, I wrote him a letter, because I didn't want to call him. I was afraid he'd pick up and yell at me, because you open up old wounds. Some of these guys have not spoken about this in such a long time. So I was very afraid of that. So I wrote him a letter and I put my number at the bottom. And right before we started shooting, I got a call, and I picked it up, and it was Frank. And he was so fun, so energetic, and so excited about everything that was going on. And he told me everything. I mean, except the things that you would think someone would tell you. And I didn't ask the questions.
We have a picture of him, Joe, slide 24 of you and Frank.
But I didn't ask him the question that you would think some actor may ask. If he told me something, I used it. I didn't go, did you kill someone? What do you think about when someone died? I just, common sense or human instincts, human decency would not allow anyone even in this room to do that, and I'm sure whatever. But he was this very, very special man. He was dear to me, and I got to visit him about 2 or 3 times a year in Chicago. And I traveled. His wife had passed away. They were doing an Easy Company tour with all the veterans, not the actors, the veterans, as it should be. And Frank's wife passed away, and he had no one to go with him. And he had asked me, his son called me and said, you want to go with Dad? He's going to do a tour. He's going to go to Normandy. He's going to go to where he jumped, St. Mary-Glees. He's going to go to Eindhoven, Market Garden. He's going to go to Bastogne, the Ardennes, Battle of the Bulge, all the way to the end, into Foy. Well, before Foy, but he got shot in his ass. All of that. to go exactly Frank's footsteps with all the Easy Company men. I was the only actor on that because Frank had no one else to go with. Everybody else brought their spouse or their son or their daughter. So I got the kind of experience I was 16. You're talking about Compton, Milwaukee, Bill, Babe, everybody. And I think that's when it really set in.
Became real?
Yeah, it was like, it was nice as an actor to kind of go, oh, this is an actor, I'm gonna become a big actor after this, and open many doors. But you didn't realize that it was gonna shape you as a man. I didn't come from military family, I knew nothing about military. And,
Well, I think it also helped you, going back to the beginning, appreciating your son getting on the bus and being that you made it, it may have helped you appreciate that even more. So from something very, very heavy to a true or false game, were you a voice on the Shark Tales? Wow. Anybody have kids that watch
I did
Shark
3
Tales?
voices on there. It was so cool because we went into the booth. He'd be like, all right, James, say your dolphin power. Oh man, he's got dolphin power, right? All right, thank you, James. Say one more thing. Oh man, he's got dolphin power, right? Then they would turn a dial and you go, oh man, he's got dolphin power. They would even say a bunch of lines and they would just turn a dial and make you sound like Joe Pesci or a cartoon.
True or false, you are a voice on Call of Duty, the video game.
That is true. I lost my voice and they still paid me.
Nice. You know you're not getting paid tonight, right?
No.
I did promise you, but
So,
yes.
no, Call of Duty was funny because this guy was so excited to have us, and he's a huge director in the video game world today. And when he got some of the actors, what came out was, funny thing about Call of Duty, when Call of Duty first came out, it was like a little bit after Band of Brothers, a breakdown comes out in the industry, right? And a breakdown will say like, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so, 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 with this type of voice, this type of height, and whatever, not thinking that you're gonna get that person. So the breakdown came out, I'm looking for Bronx, New York actor, Joe Pesci type, this and that, stereotype James Matteo. So, my voiceover agent called me and said, they're looking for you. like they can't get you. I'm like, no, tell them I'll do it. I want to do it. So,
and know you made it when?
Yeah, when it's the breakdown said they're looking for you.
Does every actor, and I know we're running late, I hope you're all okay.
Are we running late?
And it's okay, it's all right. Nobody seems to be itching. It won't, yeah. Does everybody have to do Law and Order in your, like before you die, you have to do an episode of Law and Order?
At this point, you gotta do 2 of them.
Yes.
You gotta do one in 1990 and one in 2012.
Yes, well you have to do SVU and then,
Right.
Wow, everybody does that.
I've done 2 Law
Is
and
it just
Orders.
easy money or what?
No, I mean, you run out of New York actors. It's like how many can you have, and there's only so many that are good, so.
Okay.
Yes, I did 2. I did one in 1993 or something, and one in, like 2015, 20 years apart or something.
Do you get a residual
I
check
do.
every time
I do,
it comes
$17.
on? I love that. What if we all Hulu'd it when we got home? Do you get it?
$17.
All right,
No, $17 doesn't matter.
Let's get him some money.
Those markets kind
Yes.
of screw the actor, all these Netflix, they kind of screw them.
They do.
You can't police it, it's totally
So then you also have been behind a camera.
I have.
You have produced, you've written several award-winning independent projects. You've acted. If you could only pick one, if I said, James, from this point forward, only one, what would it be?
One,
One of acting, producing, or writing?
I gotta act.
Acting.
So, I mean, I enjoy the writing aspect, I enjoy the producing, because it's what you do as you go on in your career, you just get good at sort of connecting dots, you know how to put people together, and, but I would say the acting it's paid my bills more than the other two.
$17, heck yeah.
Got my Uber back home, so.
I'm sure someone can drive you home.
No, the Uber's fine.
Okay, okay, why Cleveland? Why'd you end up here?
This is a great
You don't
question.
give your address, but you're in Hudson.
Yeah.
Okay, why not the Chagrin Valley? Dinner at
Sunday
James
dinner,
House
that
tomorrow,
makes
everybody.
meatballs, you guys love it.
I love it.
Okay, why Cleveland? Well, my wife is from Cleveland.
That's
Chinese from the Stowe area. And when we had our second baby, when she was pregnant, second baby, she wanted to move in with the family. I fought her tooth and nail. And then I found out that Ivan Schwartz, the film commissioner out here, was out here. He's a producer on Band of Brothers. So he's a good buddy of mine, and I called him, and I said, I'm coming here. And then he introduced me to Linda Will at Tri-C, and we opened up the Film Academy, and we run a 5-week film intensive, and I have an acting class that I...
Joe was a student, yes?
Joe was a student, as
Yes.
and I've been on a main road my entire life, whether it was LA, New York, London, and it was just really nice to step back and enjoy life, what it is, and watch my kids enjoy their life, my wife, and it's like my wife now. It is.
Get her on the big screen.
No.
And she's here. Come on out.
The baby threw up. Got to take it off. Got a fever. Shitting all over the place.
Times 2 for Mike.
Oh, I know,
got
you got
you.
twins.
Times 2.
Babies.
That's all they do is poop and drink. That's all they do.
That's what they're supposed to.
I know, yeah. So you are currently starring in a film at the Cleveland International Film
Yeah, it's very
Festival.
exciting, yeah.
And if you,
All right.
Nick and Nikki, help me out. If you come here and see a film, you get a ticket.
You buy a large popcorn and a large drink.
Oh,
We still have
that's a given, obviously. So a large popcorn and a large pop, you get a voucher to go see James' film, which I think we have a slide 26. We have, that's you. Little gruffy there. So tell us about Pitch It, because
Well, this is called Sanjin. It's about the 2nd Division Marines out of Afghanistan. And I wrote this. So from TBI, post-traumatic stress. It's a short film that we did at a Tri-State the Film Incentive, and we're very proud that it made the Cleveland International Film Festival because it kind of shows what Tri-State is doing, what we're trying to do, and it's a great story. So if you guys,
do you know when it's showing by any chance?
April 4th.
April 4th.
But I do know the school is like, if you want to see it, I think you gotta get tickets now because you got a bunch of students that are just been a part of the project and they're all going to go see it.
All right, folks, get your tickets now. True or false, you teach acting now, but we already answered that. We already did the who do you get mistaken for? Already answered that.
Well,
Big-
no.
Oh.
That's what you
have someone-
said.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
then you said, what's his name too? Who do you get mistaken for the
Okay,
most?
Brad Pitt.
Oh, well, yes.
All the time.
Yeah, well, I get Angelina Jolie, so. Yes, Eyes Wide Shut. Let's do it.
No,
Can we see that movie? Mrs. Smith.
No, wait, hold on.
Nicole Kidman and
Go back to Eyes Wide Shut. I want to do that one.
all right, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Eyes Wide Shut.
I love it. Exactly. Star's phone number on your phone right now.
Probably DiCaprio.
What are you binging right now?
What am I binging?
Yes, that's a podcast question that we ask at all our podcasts.
Well, I did it already, but I'm binging Game of Thrones before it starts again.
You really want to
I want to. I'm politicking to play the dwarf's older brother.
If they think
Not a short joke. I shouldn't have said. Now I'm gonna go outside.
If they think it's fun, I've never seen it, so.
Well, you got these chairs.
These are vodka drinking chairs, not Game of Thrones chairs. These are what serious people do when they're drinking vodka. All right, you want to play a game to end this?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, so this is called What's Going On in This Picture? You ready? All right, so we're gonna start with the easy one here. So what's going on here?
I gotta see this?
This is just a bragging picture. So what's going on
Oh,
here?
that was the film commission, and we got Tom to come out here and do some fundraising, and we were sitting there talking about Band of Brothers, and, yeah.
Is it a selfie? Like what's?
I don't know what that is, but.
Were you just really
He
close?
looks very, very concerned.
He's confused.
Well, I think I'm picking his pocket right now. I got my hands down his pants.
You're like, I got it. He's like, what do I feel down there?
I look confident, he looks confused.
Yeah, I love it. All right.
Great guy.
Is he a great guy?
Great guy.
His, he didn't end up coming. His son was gonna come.
Yeah, we tried to get him,
But sent great messages about
He
Chagrin
did,
Falls.
Counts are really good.
Great messages. Okay, we ready? Tell me. Yeah, but everyone take a look at the bottle. Don't talk.
No comment, you know what that is.
This is what you call the best woman.
No, that's
Yeah.
a real reason why guinea teas were made.
Oh, yeah. And are you sleeping?
Nah, my wife, I can't sleep.
Okay, I know, that's what I wanted
I
to
got
know.
a burp, she probably went to the bathroom, I can't sleep.
That's brilliant.
No, that's just,
I'm-
she's such a cute.
I'm gonna show my daughter, she can have a bottle on both sides. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Actually, she has bottles on both sides. I did see that. I did. I think she actually has that. Yes. All right, here we go. What the hell is going on here?
That was me and Matt Leach, he's an actor in Band of Brothers, he played Floyd Talbot. Want to get stabbed with the bayonet. And, yeah, that's us drunk in Belgium.
What's on your teeth? Like, what are you using as teeth here?
It's funny because I don't know if everybody in Belgium has bad breath because they have a bowl of mints.
You were searching for that word.
Yeah, mints. A bowl of milk, but we're absolutely drunk as comes.
I love it.
And we have to go kind of, go talk to, tour representatives right after that. Try that moment.
That is a classic. All right, here we go.
It's a bad one.
What's going on here? And who's the guy in the upper right?
That is, he played Neutron, Patrick McGraw. Great guy, beautiful human being.
Is this during the film? Are you just kicking in afterwards?
No, we were just taking some stills, I believe. I don't know if anyone of you know, but Scott Calvert, the director in the middle, he committed suicide about 5 or 6 years ago. So he's no longer with us. Yeah.
If I would have known that, I didn't want to bring it down. I know, thanks a lot.
No, but that was a great guy. Look, it doesn't, I mean, he's up there.
But I think we're gonna bring it back
bring it
up
up?
on the next one, yes. Yeah. Vinny Del Pino, folks. Chachi. I got Chachi. What grade? You have 2 corsages on. There's a pink one and a red one.
Something about a clip-on tie.
A clip-on tie. What else? What?
I have a scar on my eyebrow and look how many scars I got already. One on my eye, one on my forehead.
You have a straight cut right here above the ears. Like
I have a mullet.
What year? Where are we?
What year? I'm 36 years old in that picture.
This was yesterday?
That year is probably 9, 10.
Are you going to a dance?
8.
Well, you have a corsage. I'm curious about what's going on
Yeah,
here.
probably my 8th grade
The
dance.
game is called What's Going On This
My
Picture.
8th grade dance.
Your 8th grade dance. How sweet. Who'd you go with? Did you go stag?
No, I probably didn't go stag, but
Hard enough. Hard to me. 8th grade. You had a girlfriend already?
well, no, I mean, not a girlfriend. You probably thought you were.
Right, yes.
When you got there, you didn't have one. You went there thinking you had one? No, I didn't like knock on the door and ask like a father, can I put a flower in his daughter's
So what year, if you don't mind?
85.
85.
85 to 87.
Okay, so we are the same age.
Yeah.
All right, I love that. I love that. All right, this is my favorite.
Let me react.
Yeah. What's going on with your nose there?
First of all, this, I will tell you this. Whoever back, listen, this is how you afforded 3 kids. Tank tops.
And white socks.
There ain't nothing expensive about that one, little friend. You can all do it. You can have more kids. Just don't look at other kids and think your kids need more. You got that shit out the quarter machine.
From Woolworths.
Put the quarter in,
Yeah.
turn around, and a pair of pants come out.
You got no shoes on, I don't
And I
think.
just want to let you know, the next year I'm wearing the red ones.
What do you have in your hand?
That looks like my kid, like my son Jack so much.
Does he pick his nose at all?
They're the only.
You know what, I think you may, the girls have ruffles though. I don't know if you wanted to wear those. They're kind of like ruffly around
Oh,
there.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
a different thing. Well, it didn't matter because
In
when
the
I got older,
Bronx.
they'd have like they'd have the Reeboks with the pink things, and I go get that white stuff, that white thing that cleans his shoes, and you have the polish. And I would just go over the pink and make it look like they were mine. And I'd wear the hand-me-downs.
So, but there were, I went to
7 of them.
Catholic school, so I don't know math, so there were 4 more missing. There's 4 missing there. I know the Bible. All right, and on behalf of every woman in this room that has ever had a child, I need to know what is going on in this picture. Tell me that this was staged, that you are a true actor, because I'm about to beat the shit out of you. On behalf of her. Okay.
Well, it's 2 different moments. It's just, I think, I probably asked the nurse to take a picture of me, then I got a picture of her. Yeah, it was an actress staging something. I just want to get out of here really fast.
And now we're gonna bring your wife in. So, anything you're working on now that you want to share with us, so that, because I know everyone's gonna go back and Google you, and anything you want to share, they could take your acting class at Tri-C, yes?
Yeah, well, that, I mean, the film intensive at Tri-C and working with Jessica Hood, acting school as well. But I think, I just did an episode of that show FBI.
Oh.
It's a new show, a big old show. I played a police chief, so that's why, fire chief, that's why you see this.
Oh, do fire chiefs have those? Is that mandatory?
They do now.
Okay.
I was working on a character. Please don't break my spirit.
When will that be airing, James?
I don't know.
We'll all be
I
glued
just
to the
finished
TV.
yesterday and flew on a flight this morning back home. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to make it, so I did.
What else? What else is going on?
I'm writing a feature film about a boxer, and I have an animation project that I'm developing.
Okay. You're gonna write a part for me in one of your shows?
If you like,
I love that.
You're fun.
Oh, I love you.
No, you are very great.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm trying to go smoke with you.
I'm gonna stay with the chamber for a while. I'm gonna stay with the chamber for a while. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Isn't it? It was just kind of like you didn't even know anyone was out there. Isn't it fun?
Yes,
Sit
great.
here.
This is fantastic.
Thank you
You did a
everybody
really, really
for
good job.
coming.
Really
Thank
good
you for Please, I beg you, support local, support each other. Again, I know Mike and Jeff had mentioned, we're 590 strong. Let's use each other, let's make connections with each other, let's refer each other, and let's just conquer the world together. Let's do it. So have a great night. I'm sure, thank you Chagrin Cinema, thank you to our sponsors, and drive safely home, and thank you for coming.